Hi. I don't know what to say. I can't stop freaking shaking. Oh my god, that might be the most nerve-wracking thing I have done in my entire life. Oh god, I can finally breathe out. It's happened. We did it. We actually did it. 3D debut actually freaking happened. Whew. There's been so much work going into this behind the scenes. All those months and months ago when I got asked by Staff-san, "Hey Ike, what do you want to do for your 3D?" So I came up with some ideas, and I just completely, unironically, just said okay, so for the very end, I would like to sing with Hatsune Miku. And they didn't say no. They didn't say no. They said oh, that's a nice idea. And then months passed. Months and months. So I was not expecting it to happen. But then one day I just get a ping from staff just saying "Okay, Ike, so regarding your guest being Hatsune Miku," I'm just like, "What do you mean? You got her?" She said yes. And yeah. Here we are. I still cannot believe it's real. I genuinely can't. God, can you hear how fast I'm talking? I'm talking so freaking fast. Mayumi. I was stuttering all over the place, dude, because I was so nervous being in front of so many people that I look up to and admire. And, of course, last but not least, Hajimete no oto and minna miku miku ni shite ageru is when Hatsune Miku herself showed up. Miku-chan was incredibly professional. The day that we were doing that, when we were rehearsing, I got to meet her. We got to speak just a little bit, not a whole lot, but Miku-chan is very professional. She's very professional. She is just as cute as she looks in person, on screen, as she is in person. She was very, very lovely. She was very kind. I was very nervous. I was stuttering a lot and relying quite a bit on Mane-san to interpret some of the things that I was saying because my Japanese was completely falling apart. We didn't have any sort of choreography planned. Everything was just sort of off the cuff. The only thing we did plan was certain moves for minna miku miku shite ageru. And of course, Miku-chan, being the professional that she is, completely aced it, and I did my best to try and keep up. By the way, did you see my jumps? Did you see my jumps? Do you know how much I practiced that and to do that in a way that wouldn't break my ankles? And of course, I also gotta thank the Krypton staff that were on site. Krypton staff were there. They were very, very kind. I'm so incredibly grateful that I was given this opportunity and that they even came out to the actual shoot and accompanied everybody that was working behind the scenes. It was really incredible to meet them. I got to say that, thanks to Hatsune Miku, I'm here. That's the reason I'm here. If it wasn't for Vocaloid and Hatsune Miku, I never would have wanted to start singing. I never would have wanted to start making music. And if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't be in NIJISANJI. I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't have been able to do this. When staff told me that they wanted to do a little bit of a Nico Nico Doga reference during Minna Miku Miku ni shite ageru, was with the comments scrolling by on the screen, and I just thought that was such a nice idea, and I was like, please, yes, do that. That is my childhood. That's how I grew up. That's how I grew up. I watched Nico Nico Doga just like that, watching the comments scroll by. Whew. There were so many people there. Did you guys see that right when Miku showed up, we had 39,000 people watching? And I just thought that was so freaking perfect. When I saw that, I just went, how are the stars aligning this well? How does that happen? Yes. Of course. I did ask Miku-chan if we could take a couple of pictures, and she very, very kindly and graciously agreed to take a picture. I feel like I need to get this printed out and framed or something like that. Can you believe that this is a real picture. This is a real, actual picture. I don't know if you saw, but like I completely freaked out when she started singing. And just I had to calm down, and then she sort of gestured to like, come, like stand next to me. Let's sing together. It's full screen? Okay, here you go. Here's full screen. I'll post this later. I promise I'll post this later. And of course, we have the Miku photo, and after that we have... when we took this picture, the Krypton staff was like laughing a lot behind the scenes because like, oh, it's Hatsune. And during the performance of Hajimete no Oto, or during the rehearsal and everything, I heard from Mane-san a little bit later while they were like with all 3D staff, like behind the scenes, when we were just walking around and like practicing and rehearsing. Like whenever Miku would do anything, apparently everybody would constantly just go, kawaii, kawaii. They would just constantly say that all the time. And oh yeah, we took this. We took this picture too. This one is also kind of cute. Let me just put these on full screen for you as well. There's the Hatsune picture that we took together, as well as this picture. So cute. So cute. Sasuga Miku-chan. Miku-chan wa itsumo kawaii desho. And then the final picture that we took was just us standing around a little bit, listening to some of the people talking to us. And I tried to be as polite as possible. Like, I did so much bowing. I did so much bowing that day. You have no idea. My head was spinning with how much bowing I was doing. But I hope that Miku-chan had as much fun as I did. She was a pleasure to work with. She took time out of her very busy schedule to appear on this very special day for me, and I don't think I will forget that for as long as I'm alive. Okay, so most people didn't see it coming. Good. That's what I was hoping for. I didn't want anybody to be able to see it coming. I've kept my lips very tightly sealed about this. I've only told a few people who my guest was, and everybody had the same reaction. They were just kind of like, it's who? Many of us literally cried when we saw it. What? Why do you guys cry? It's nothing to cry over. It's something happy, isn't it? But I kind of understand. I almost cried too. I'm really happy that you guys like were just as moved as me, because obviously it makes sense to me because like I'm such a big fan of Hatsune Miku and Vocaloid culture. Tears of joy, don't worry. Okay, good. That's good. That's all that matters to me.